Bombardment of Henderson Field on Guadalcanal by fast battleships Congo and Haruna. Battleship assault on an airfield. Pacific War World War records. On November 13, 1942, the Solomon Island. In the dead of night, two powerful Imperial Japanese Navy fast battleships, Congo and Haruna, thundered towards Guadalcanal. Their mission to obliterate the US airbase at Henderson Field in one of the most devastating naval bombardments of World War II. What followed was an unprecedented assault. More than 900 massive shells rained down on the airfield, shaking the very ground of Guadalcanal. But was it enough to return the tide of battle? By November 1942, Guadalcanal was the center of a brutal struggle between Japan and the United States. Henderson Field, the American controlled airstrip, was a thorn in the side of Japanese operations. Its aircraft disrupted supply runs and threatened Japanese naval forces. To eliminate this threat, Admiral Noptuk ordered a powerful bombardment force, the battleships Kongo and Haruna, escorted by cruisers and destroyers. These battle hardened ships, veterans of multiple engagements, would unleash destruction on an unprecedented scale. At approximately 1:30 a.m. on November 14, the Japanese task force reached Guadalcanal. The night was early calm until the first 14-inch shells from Congo roared in the sky. For the next 80 minutes, over 900 heavy shells rained down on the airfield. Hangars were shredded, craters ripped through the runways, and the field domes exploded in towering infernos. US Marines scrambled for cover as the relentless bombardment turned the airstrip into a hellspace. Yet, despite the firepower, the bombardment was not as effective as the Japanese had hoped. Many shells landed in soft ground, failing to cause irreversible damage, and critically, Henderson Field was still operational by dawn. By the next morning, US engineers had miraculously repaired the runways. American warplanes were soon airborne. Ready to strike back, the Japanese had underestimated the resilience of the US Air Force. The bombardment of Henderson Field was a spectacle of raw firepower, but it failed in its ultimate objective. The American foothold on Guadalcanal remained strong, and just days later, US aircraft and warships would retaliate with devastating force, leading to eventual Japanese withdrawal from the island. For the battleships Congo and Haruna, this mission was one of their most famous moments. But in the war's final year, both ships would meet their end. Congo was sunk by a US submarine, while Haruna was destroyed in a final air raid. The battle for Guadalcanal was a turning point in the Pacific War, proving that sheer firepower alone was not enough to win a war. The spirit of those who fought and endured on this island shaped the future of the conflict and history itself. What do you think of Japan's bombardment of Henderson Field? Was it a missed opportunity or an inevitable failure? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible war history. Log-on attack units operation near Guadalcanal. Two colossal warships loomed over the tranquil waters, their presence almost ghostly in the night. Slowly, the massive 35.6 centimeter gun turrets adjust, locked into their target, an island ahead. Moments later, a deafening roar shattered the silence, sending shockwaves across the Solomon Island and jolting 30,000 American and Japanese troops on Guadalcanal from their slumber. That night, the battleships Congo and Haruna unleashed their devastating firepower, etching their names into the annals of history. This video covers the bombardment of Henderson Field on October 13, 1942, By mid-September 1942, the struggle for Guadalcanal, which had begun on August 17, had entered a critical phase. Following their victory at the Battle of Savo Island on August 9, the Japanese High Command prioritized retaking Henderson Field, the 35th Infantry Bridge, spearheading the offensive push toward its objective, but ran into well fortified positions manned by the U.S. 1st Marine Division along the Ilu River despite repeated assault.